Welcome back to the Nikki Clarke Show, transforming lives one story at a time. And I'm so excited to welcome another guest to the show. He is a champion for health. He's a health professional, and he's also a minister of faith. Please welcome Dr. Carl Hoyte to the show. Thank you so much.
Nice to be here.
Yeah. And I am truly honored that this is your first interview.
First time.
Very first interview.
Thank you.
So, you know, I've been talking to you over the last couple of days, and I learned a lot about you, but I think there's some incredible achievements that you've made in your life, and we'll get to pieces of that.
Yes.
But tell me about your early experiences with reading.
Well, that's a shocker for a lot of people. I'll be happy to tell you because I like people to know that it doesn't matter where you are. It's all comes down to where you see yourself going. And I came to Canada when I was 20 years old.
From where?
From Barbados.
Barbados, yeah.
And up until when I was 25 in Canada, I couldn't read or write. Couldn't read a sign on the streets. So I learned how to memorize everything. But although I was in that condition, people see you as, people who knew I couldn't read, see me as a loser. And they used to talk about it behind my back. So what I decided to do, I said, if I'm a loser, then I have nothing to lose.
Okay.
So what I'm going to do is I had this private joke in my head. So if I become really successful, then I'll shut them all up. Mm-hmm. And they will not go around telling people that they cannot succeed in certain areas. Mm. So,
and success is the best revenge, right?
It's the best revenge, yeah. So that was my private joke. But the thing about that is that although I couldn't read, I had a huge goal. And my goal was to change my family's history. And I thought to myself, if I can do that, I had no kids at the time, but it was a good plan. I thought, this is a good plan. So what I did, I decided to, as soon as I made the goal, I heard a voice said, you got to learn how to read. And off to school. I decided to start seeking to go to school. And when I was in school, I remember this teacher, she said to me one day, what do you want to be? And I said, I must be something. I'm something now, I just haven't manifested yet. And she said, after school, I need to talk to you. Mm-hmm. And that lady, his name is Loretta, she said, sit, look me right in my eyes. So I looked at her and she said, you are going to be somebody and you're going to learn how to read and I'm going to help you.
Wow.
That was it. I believe her. So I started to learn with her. She started to tutor me after school and how many years of that? Years ago, I love to read now because I discovered there's a secret in reading. So if you come to my house, I have a library. And people say, you just read. I say, I discover reading.
Yeah.
And I discover secrets in the books that I buy. So that was then. But let's fast forward. I also spoke to you, and I believe I showed you a magazine that I'm in that magazine. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Top salesperson.
Top representing us for a multi-million-dollar company. And 45,000 people, you end up being number one. And then you say, wow, you can do that? Well, I didn't stop there. I went to a company called Interstate Engineering. They build the booster parts for NASA, and they built BWA. Okay. And I was number 2 in a $1 billion company. Wow. And I have all that stuff in my garage. I look at it sometimes and laugh and say, you could do anything you want to do.
So what were the haters saying?
Well,
they got quiet.
The haters shut up. My whole goal was to just privately shut them up. And I didn't stop there. I probably told you I have 4 kids. The goal to change my family's history. Well, that happened. My older daughter's a lawyer today. My last daughter's in law school. You know, my ex became a judge. And my older boy's in real estate and development. I changed the history.
You changed it.
And that is what I pass to every single person. Rebecca McDonald, I don't know if you know her. She owns Just Energy in Mississauga, the electric company. This lady heard about me because I started to do free seminars. And she heard about me, and she paid for 3,500 square feet at Young and Shepherd for 1 year. I never met her.
Yeah.
Just to allow me to do seminars to help people.
Wow.
Never met her.
Free seminars.
Free seminars. I did free seminars. And I watched the people expand and expand and expand and expand and expand, and it will bring people out. I know in your question you want to know why I'm so motivated to do what I do. Well, I thought I had it all. Drive the fancy cars, travel like crazy. Because you're a leader, so you travel to different countries,
yeah.
right? I mean, spread the right. I enjoy all of that.
Yeah.
And the passion for me is I know a secret with every single person. I know the secret that I carry, because I know the secret was in me. And the secret is that you're born with a gift, and my job is to help you discover what that gift is.
Okay.
I operate in my gift. And you know, the word of God say that your gift will make room for you and put you in front of great men. Well, you see, you stood in front of great men. I believe that gift. So that's what I promote a lot. Find people. My passion is to find people and know that that gift is inside of them. My aim is to always help them bring it outwards. When it comes to health, that's a part of your assets. I hate to see people unhealthy. And I mentioned before, my younger sister died, only 21 years old, and I watched my mother, and helpless can help her. My mother's so innocent, naive, while my sister died. And I thought to myself, this will never happen again.
Yeah. Not on my watch.
Not on my watch. So what do? You can talk or you can do something. I decided to do something. So I went and studied with scientists in the University of Virginia for a while. I studied in Seattle. I studied at West. I started studying directly with the scientists. I wanted to know what is going on.
Right.
And that's where I got a lot of my education from when it comes to health. The secret in the body is that glutathione, I spoke about that. This one thing, we were taught that there's only 3 things that keeps you alive. Water, food, and oxygen. And the main one have not been spoken about. The main one, the one that you could only live 3 seconds without, have not been spoken about.
And that's the secret you learned. And
That's
now
the
you're
secret
sharing.
I learned. And I got angry. After 37 years, it took me to learn it. 37. So I know that the science is this high, but the knowledge in the society is this low.
Working knowledge is a huge disparity.
Yeah, they don't know about it. It's better than vitamin C, vitamin D, vitamin E. It's better than anything you take outside of your body.
Okay.
Listen to what I just said.
But it's really a responsibility of the individual too to be proactive about their health.
Yes.
Yeah.
But people are trained to be ignorant.
Okay.
Just totally ignorant. And then I know for a fact doctors goes in the back and laugh at the patients. I know for a fact that, a matter of fact, I'll put this out there. Ask your doctor if he or she takes the drugs that they give to you.
Okay.
Just ask them, do you take these? Why do you give to me?
So if they hesitate, run.
Well, your doctor will probably think you're crazy. Why should they take drugs? If I come and knock on your door every single day and say, hey, Nikki, I love you, but I have some poison here for you. Here's a little dose. Will you take it?
Take 4 hours with a meal.
You see, so it's a business. It's not health. It's a business. It's the business in Canada. It's the business in the United States. It doesn't matter where you go. Drugs is strictly a business. A matter of fact, the top pharmaceutical, the executive said this more than one time. They have no interest in health. And people are just not listening.
Yeah. So it pays to keep people sick, is what you're saying.
100%.
Yeah.
This is already published, by the way. So here's the business. The business is that drugs are created for the shareholders to make money. That's it.
Okay.
Okay? Many of your doctors are going to have shares in those drugs that they're giving you. First choice. Makes sense.
Okay.
So the bottom line is that the third part of that most of the doctors that give you the drug don't really know what it will do to you. So they don't use the word heal. Notice they don't do that. They don't say it will heal you. They can't say it will heal you. They say manage. It would manage your situation, manage your high blood pressure, manage your diabetes, manage this, manage that. And people are not listening to the language that's being used. They never say heal. Manage.
Heal, cure, not in the language.
No.
Okay.
They wouldn't say that because drugs is not really created to heal nothing.
Okay.
Only treat the symptoms.
Okay. So you are with a company that helps people get the knowledge to heal themselves.
Absolutely. A matter of fact, we would tell you what the problem is, and then we give you the solution because we have it.
You've got the solution.
Yeah, it's a medical breakthrough, but it's a natural medical breakthrough to fix the one thing in your body. I tell every single person I talk to, I said, fix this one thing in your body, and your body knows what to do.
Okay. Yeah. With the cellular makeup of the body and the memory, once...
You could say that again, the memory.
The memory, yeah.
Your DNA inside of the cell is your memory. It has a memory. It remembers things.
So you can just reboot.
Well, free radicals, you probably heard that before.
Mm-hmm.
Free radical damage is actually the culprit to causing the disease in the body. For instance, in your brain, you have about 100 billion cells inside of the brain. And you see people losing their memory. And if you Google, you will see that the medical industries say that they cannot do nothing for the patient. So you're deteriorating and they can't do nothing for you, but give you another drug.
Okay.
Which actually make the situation worse.
Right.
What is really happening is that your cells in the brain are dying. When your cells in your brain are dying, you start to lose memory. Well, they can't do anything, but we know you can do something about it by actually rebooting the thing that's dying, what's dying in your brain. Glutathione is reducing. When the glutathione reduces, it creates a lot of free radicals in your body, in your body, pancreas, liver, organ, those things. Then you have something called oxidative stress. Then here comes inflammation. Mm-hmm. That is exactly how you go downhill. Inflammation is a culprit. Mm-hmm. So when you boost glutathione, inflammation on a cellular level leaves the body.
It's eliminated, yeah. So it reverses.
It reverses.
Okay, excellent.
I have things that's published by doctors that say that the three things about glutathione on high levels: one, you will not even get cancer.
No.
2, if you already have cancer, it will come back cancer. And 3, if you're that far gone and you start to take that, what normally happens is that you won't lose your hair or lose weight. It's a blocker for cancer.
So how can people get their hands on this or the knowledge to reverse the progressive state of health dwindling? How can they get their health back?
By actually boosting the glutathione. So there's something called ribosine technology, and ribosine is really what it is. It's actually amino acids, something called L-cysteine, and ribo is another molecule. When you take this, what happens is that it passes through the digestive system because you cannot eat glutathione because L-cysteine, which is inside of the cell, will not pass through. It
won't pass through.
So for 40 years, scientists had problems figuring out how they were going to get L-cysteine directly into the cell so the cell could produce its own glutathione. 40 years. And finally, one scientist in Japan or one scientist in the United States had 2 different parts of it. One called ribo and one had L-cysteine.
Okay.
So what they did, got together, and ribo wraps around cysteine to protect it through the digestive tract into the cell. And when it gets into the cell, it releases L-cysteine. And that's what the cell needs to produce glutathione on demand.
Okay.
And that is the secret behind 99.99% of health problems that people have. Wow. They're all caused by the same way.
All the same way.
Free radicals, low glutathione, damage the DNA. There's 2 electronics like that on the cell. And the cell is there, 2 electronics like that, called autons. When one of those autons die, the cell dies. When the cell dies, the DNA dies. When the DNA dies, cancer is born.
Got it. Okay.
What if you could keep that cell healthy? Then there's no foundation for any disease to form in your body.
Okay. So
you
this
block
is,
it.
So this is blowing people's minds right now.
That's all right.
You've broken it down in layman's terms and really set a lot of people free. So how can they connect with you so that they can bring their life back, basically, restore their health?
They can go to www.max. There's only one company that has the technology, Max International. So you can go to my site, www.max.com/889335, or you could contact me at 647-210-9331.
Awesome.
And I'll send you videos. The reason why I like people to contact me is that I educate them more through the videos that I send back to them. And or email me at youcanhavemore@gmail.com.
I love that.
You hear what I said? You can have more.
You can have more. Yes.
At gmail.com.
Yeah. And I love your one-on-one coaching. It's awesome.
I do that too.
Thank you.
Thank
Dr.
you.
Carl, I so appreciate what you've done for so
Yes.
many people right now.
I have a passion for it. The one thing I need to say to you, why I have this big passion, God said, it says, trust God and do good. Trust God, do good.
Right.
I'm into good.
All right. And I trust and obey.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Dr. Carl, thank you so much. We'll be back.
You're welcome.
The Nikki Clarke Show, transforming lives one story at a time. If you would like to be a guest or become a part of our live studio audience or even to become a sponsor, just go to www.NikkiClarkeNetwork.com.